What up, Luke? What up, Chris? Late live, I know, bro. I've been trying to get a video done all day. And yeah, dude. What up, Nick? What up, Luke? Sorry, these guys. What up, Daryl? How you guys doing tonight? Just Zachary, my main man. The man with a plan. The Tennessee Titan. But you know the Titanic sunk. But Zach ain't no punk. He comes on the lives so we could speak one-on-one. Last time I saw him, he was shooting hoops, but he did a brick. I had to let him go because he was talking shit. So, all right. Question. What up, Trevor? Am I losing a lot if I trade CMC for hell no? You're winning. What do you mean? You think Tony Pollard gonna ball if he starts? Yeah, he'll ball. Right system, right offensive line. I think so. Oh, you was talking facts or you was talking smacks? Talking like Corey Davis gonna do some shit. And Mariota's the GOAT. That dude about to be broke. One day cut his ass for blowing people smoke up their ass because he's so lame. Oh, he's in the IR, man. You would think he's insane. Yeah, man. But Nick, for real though, you didn't make that trade, buddy. Leroy, my dog. These damn fucking live, these IG live peoples get this party started. Mario the MVP. Word. Pro size third round pick and seventh rounder for Clowney. Is that official? Light skinned daddy. Well, that's the name. Connor. What up, guys? I got Debo, J Jaw, and Josh Allen with that trade too. That's fucking amazing, bro. Plastic. Fantasy football rapper. Well, guess what, guys? I'm on YouTube Live. And I'm giving a smile for JB. And I'll smile some more if you join me on YouTube Live. So I just wanted to tell y'all, I am on YouTube Live. So please come join me on YouTube Live. Who will have a better year, Robbie Anderson or D.D. Westbrook? I will answer you on YouTube Live. I love you guys, but I need to get credit. I need to accumulate these hours. Help me, help you. I'll answer every single one. I will be on live all night till you drop, till you have no more questions. I will drive your team tonight if you join me on YouTube Live. Bye. Sports Lids. Yes. All right, I had to do that. Rap. When the Titans win the Super Bowl, do I have permission to come to you and brag about it? Yes, absolutely. I will fly you down. All right, let me catch up here. One more week, man. One more week. Prediction? Yeah, that's not happening, buddy. Precise is trash. So it would be CMC, Montgomery, Diggs. Wait, so it would be CMC for Montgomery. Bro, that's a steal. What do you mean, bro? And it's Dynasty even better. Bro, take that. Hurry up. Press that button. I'm already an OG, already on YouTube Live. The way Zach be talking, I swear he must be high. Talking about the Titans and Mariota, the MVP. Man, straight up, Mariota is so weak. And Corey Davis, too. They both injury prone. And now Derrick Henry got a calf strain. That whole team is a migraine. All right, Leroy. Yeah, I haven't been rapping about players. I'm trying to get this YouTube popping, man. For real, bro. The quicker I can get to 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours, the quicker I'll go back to rapping. Let me see. Who's a Colts player? I don't really like any Colts players, especially now that Luck's gone. I thought Funches would have been a sleeper. I mean, Oh, can y'all give your boy a like too, if you don't mind? The 15 of you guys that are on here. I'm gonna be answering all your questions all night. You got a draft? We'll do that shit live tonight. I'm ready. You see, guys? Look. I got this. I got my wings. I'm here for you because you're here for me. So I'm gonna bring it. All right. Should I try trading Thielen for Chubb? You see, we can't do that, Chris. When you ask me questions like that, bro, I actually care about your roster. I don't give blank statements without looking at your roster. You give me your whole roster, I'll be able to tell you. But depending, what your weakness is, I can't give you that. That would be irresponsible of me. But not every analyst is like me. I care. I look at it like this, guys. If I tell you bad information, then, that's a reflection of me. So I'm going to treat your team the way I treat my team. Because when you win, I win. I get happy when y'all win. I don't make money when y'all win, but I like it. Because then you send me all these cute little DMs. The GOAT, man, how did you know that? Blah, 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 blah. I like that shit. It does a lot for my ego. All right. Man, I hope you make a rap. Okay, yeah. Colts going to be hard to make a rap for. Who will have a better year, D.D. Westbrook or Robbie? Damn. That's really fucking tough, Connor. Is it you that always comes with the tough questions? I mean, I'll put it like this. I think D.D. in a sense is safer. I think Robbie Anderson has more upside because I think Robbie Anderson has like wide receiver 1 upside. But this is kind of like the determining factor right now is that he's dealing with a strain. Those calf strains sometimes can linger. So I will kind of fall back. But D.D. has shot up so much. That's what 7 targets will do for you in like one drive. So they're both going about the same. Because I like to play it safe, I like guarantees. And I think D.D., there's nothing else there. I will go with D.D., but just by hair. Their hair. Oh, that kind of rhymed. All right, cool. Nick, 1.1, who cares? When has Corey Davis been injured? I don't know. I'm pretty sure he has, though. Like every year, he's always dealing with a hamstring. What are you talking about, dog? What's up, Sports Libs? Birdo. This dude's calling all my names. Galladay or DJ Moore? I go Galladay. Thoughts with Debo and yeah, bro. I love both of them, man. You wasting time, bro. You don't make that trade, I will personally come through the screen and slap you up. Debo's a wide receiver 1. So is JJAW in the future. Both of them. You need to quit playing, boy. Thoughts with hey, bro. Thanks for the help in the draft. No doubt, Jake Herman killed his draft, y'all. You should see this guy's team is stacked. Stacked the mundo. I'm getting Brown and Bell for Saquon. Hell no. Also, Henry is clear week 1. Good for him. He sucks. Draft tomorrow. Been mocking my ass off. Don't do that, Justin. Beware. Mocker, beware. The mocks are Crocs. I'm going to fucking trademark that. You go in the mock, you think you're going to get like David Montgomery in the 4th round, and then he gets taken in the 2nd. You're like, what the fuck? What do I do? What do I do? No, mocks are not good. I mean, you want to do it for practice, but don't go by that. Hype for the draft on Sunday, my guy. My draft is Saturday. I'm hyped too, bro. Brandon Cooks or Tyler Lockett. That's pretty tough. I see why you made that face, Anthony. Damn, y'all coming with the question. I'm glad I got my wings. Y'all coming with some questions tonight. Usually your questions are like softballs. They're like, should I get Chris Godwin or should I get, Brandon Cooks? But tonight, y'all motherfuckers are bringing it. I got to bring my A game. Oh, damn. I just got an alert. Jerry Jones fully expects Cowboys to play Giants without Ezekiel Elliott. Fuck. Damn, I dropped Tony Pollard too. All right, let's catch up here. Right now, the guy proposed Chubb and Gallup for Bell and Westbrook. I mean, if you got to do that, Armin, I would do it. I just wish. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Gallup, but Amari's injured right now, so he has some potential. But he's going to be boom or bust. I think Westbrook's really even. Try to get somebody else besides Gallup. Try to get somebody with a high floor. Somebody that gets a lot of targets in a throwing offense, because that's what D.D. is. But if you got to do it, pull the trigger. Just get rid of Bell. Who will score more fantasy points this year, Ridley or Josh Jacobs? Josh Jacobs. My backs are Barkley, Jones, Montgomery, Royce Freeman, Thompson. I cuff Jones with Jamal Williams. Do I really need to have Williams or pick up another running back? If you have another running back that's better, like a Justice Hill, Devin Singletary, somebody like that, I would pick them over Williams. If not, just cuff them. Would you be considered a fraud if Mariota wins MVP? Absolutely. I will shut down my page. Thoughts on Elliott? Man, thoughts on Elliott. I think it might be another, Asabi, you're an older cat. Not old, but, you're not 16. You remember when Emmitt Smith, held out and he missed a couple games in the 90s? We might be looking at that situation. It might be a situation where, Zeke holds out and they start struggling, although they have, a couple cupcakes, Giants. So I don't think that's going to get them into camp or get them, signed any sooner. But I think it might be one of those situations that, who bends first. If Dallas is winning, they got the upper hand. If Dallas is losing, then it's on Zeke. So that's all I gotta say. I don't draft guys like that, man. I don't play around, bro. This is my season. Guys, how long did we wait for football? We waited football all year. All fucking year. It took forever to come. And now that it's here, y'all motherfuckers want to be drafting Todd Gurley, Zeke, Melvin Gordon. And you know when I draft those guys? When there isn't capable guys. As long as Chris Godwin's on the board, yes, Zeke's going to do better than Chris Godwin if he comes back, but Godwin's a fucking stud. I don't, guys. I mean, Zeke, maybe I'll take the risk and run, but still, man, picks are valuable. I think every single pick is valuable. Why? Because I know how to find gems in round 14. I'll find gems in round 14 because I dig deep. So to me, every pick, no matter the round, is an opportunity for a superstar. Guys, start thinking like this. Lindsey went undrafted. Let that simmer. There's superstars all across the board, not just the first two rounds. And you got to give yourself as many opportunities possible, especially since it's the National Football League and there's injuries. You got to give yourself as many opportunities possible. You can't waste picks for players who may or may not play, especially high rounds. Wentz, CMC, Juju, Monty, Jeffrey. Why the fuck you draft Jeffrey? I get pissed, man. I swear to God, bro. When I got supporters, when Entourage is like 99% of Entourage drafted every single great player, and then you got a guy like Dave. Like, it's okay to deviate, but fuck, why you got to go Jeffrey? And then you went Carson, Ingram. There's always one in the crowds. Dave's like that son, that son. Like, you got all your sons. They go to school, they get straight A's, and then there's that one son that just disobey you, sneaking out at night. That's Dave. Man, Dave, you just fucked up my night. Thoughts on Fournette and Damian Williams? I mean, they're both risky. I like Damian Williams more, though. I might trade Geis and JJW for Jacobs. Yeah, I would do that. Possibly. I like JJAW a lot. I think you're doing the most, though. Do that CMC trade. Stop fucking around. Draft tomorrow. Don't know where I'm picking, but if I'm around 8 or 9, should I? Le'Veon. Bro, stop with the Le'Veon Bell. Stop. You obviously haven't seen my YouTube. You obviously haven't seen my YouTube video where I mentioned my biggest bust. You know who's number 2? Le'Veon Bell. Did he not let you down last year? Guys, it's the National Football League. Le'Veon Bell has played one 16-game season. One. He got so much miles on him. He had more touches than anybody in the National Football League in a 3-year span. Now you went from being touchy, all this volume, doing the most, and then you took off for 2 years. A lot of people, pro Bell people, be like, oh, his body had a chance to recover. Guys, don't work that way. You go from doing bam, 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 bam. Then you just go to Miami Beach and riding jet skis for 2 years. And then you come back to bam, 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 bam for a coach that don't give you volume. And then you split. And you want to pick him with the 8th pick on the Jets? Go to your room. Get off my live. So who it is? Cooks. Oh, my bad, Anthony. I didn't answer you, bro. I'll still go Cooks. I'll go Cooks. Would you rather have Ridley or Josh Jacobs at flex? Josh Jacobs. They haven't read your book, I'm guessing. Nah. Nope. I've read this book 17 times and wrote a post note on every single sentence, bro. I know myself. Obviously, you don't. Yo, you always grinding. Always, my man. Got to. I have Zeke, but I also picked up Dalvin Cook, Montgomery, Aaron Jones, Chris Carson, and Madison. Do you think that's a good until he signs? Yes. Yes, absolutely. Great job. See, when you're like Anthony, you could do Zeke, but yeah. I really like Chubb this year, rapper, and surgery for Hunt. Let's go, Chubb. Who's on the Chubb train? Choo-choo. All right. I saw the video, but he's so tempting. How is he tempting? I wouldn't even draft Bell in the 4th round. How is drafting him 8 tempting? How? Well, you got a Bell poster in your room or something? How is that tempting? He's 27. There wasn't one running back over the age of 26 to finish in the top 15. Had off 2 years. Everybody plays. Is good. Even Jalen Samuels. Who the fuck is Jalen Samuels? I never even heard Samuels. That motherfucker was an RB1. So how we know Bell's really good? And then Adam Gase. Did y'all see what Adam Gase did to Drake? Motherfucker was damn playing old ass Frank Gore in front of Drake. Montgomery's been looking good. Man, I'm done with you, bro. I'm done talking about Bell. I'm done talking about Bell. Tired of this shit. Justin, fantasy football. Zach says ditch whoever. Blah, 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 blah. All right, Justin, if I win, Justin, not if I win, when you win, none of the people in my league know about you, so you're my secret weapon. Well, I see now why I'm not fucking growing, and all these bullshit-ass accounts got 100,000 followers, and here I am working my ass off, giving you good information, saving your asses from making dumbass trades like I get every fucking day. I'm gonna change my damn name. It's gonna be called Fantasy Lifesaver. Because the trades that I talked y'all out of, golly, and I just remember I'm having flashbacks from last year. Y'all some unappreciative motherfuckers. I've saved so many. Y'all gonna be some sad-ass motherfuckers if it wasn't for me. The trades y'all be sending me, God, I'm done. Dang, you hate it that much. Everyone I wanted was gone. Bro, don't give me that shit. Everyone you wanted was gone. I'm sure I would have found some players instead of Jeffrey and all these other guys. It's all right, Dave. I think you bought into the Facebook group, so we'll patch up your lineup. I'm gonna have to give you. You're that child I got to give that special attention to. You got to give that extra attention to. That's Dave. He's gonna make me work harder, but we'll get him right. Following all principles, I like that. Thoughts on my running backs: Cook, Montgomery, Geis, Gordon, Dexter Williams. It looks like a whole bunch of bullshit. Oh, but I guess it's Dynasty. It's not that bad. Chubb, love Chubb. I have Bell poster in my room like an actual Bell. Yeah, it's better than Le'Veon Bell, that's for sure. Thoughts on Jared Cook, rapper? I mean, Jared Cook's not my cup of tea. Why get Jared Cook in the 7th when you get Hooper a couple rounds later or Goddard? I like Goddard more than Cook, so you get him in round 13, sometimes later. Unpopular opinion, fantasy counselor speaks nonsense. I thought that was a popular. I do speak facts, thank you. Rap speaks true facts, except for when he says Mariota's trash. All right. Wide receiver, Diggs, Samuel, Quinn, Boykin. I mean, you don't have any good players this year, though. It looks like a dynasty. Like you're going to be good in 2024. I feel like that's a lot of mistakes. I kind of made that mistake a little bit in my dynasty team, but I've done some patchwork myself. I'm feeling good about. Webpage, that shit going, man, don't even talk to me about that. Hopefully, actually, Smitty, the fantasy football show, might be helping me with that. Should you dig a hole in your backyard? I don't know. Did you fucking kill some little kids or something? Hold on 1 second. I got to get my charger. Oh shit! Really appreciate y'all coming on tonight, because I'm gonna show y'all a little secret. See, I'm gonna be real with you guys, because I want you guys to look at me as a human, and I want to treat you guys like a human. So I want to have a relationship with you guys, not like, you know what I'm saying, like just like a real like human relationship. So there's 17 of you guys on right now. I just want to show you what you guys have done for me, and then I'm here working, but you're helping me out, and I'm helping you out, and we're helping each other. So just to give you a quick example, because this means a lot to me, and I want you to know that. Because it's the same thing I was doing on Instagram, but I wasn't getting credit for it because I have to get 4,000 hours. So this helps me out, guys. So right now there's 16. Let's say 16, there's 20 minutes times 20. That's 320 minutes divided by 60. So right now, just for you guys being on with me 20 minutes, I probably got five hours. Not a lot. I need 4,000, but it's still working towards something. So I do appreciate you. Now, if I get lives even bigger, I get 100 people on my live, I'll get those hours like that. So thank you guys. Now, let me continue helping save lives here. You told me to take the trade, though. I did tell you to take the trade, but the trade I saw was like Montgomery, Diggs, all this stuff. Who you like the most in the Rams wide receiver core? Cooper Kupp by far. I'm confused. Micah, he's gonna say, "Oh yeah, Justin, good job." Yeah, a hole for trash Mariota for real. It's 11 p.m. What time is it? I don't even. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's early here. It's only 9. David, can I come to your comedy show? I know for sure you're a straight comedian where I can. I know our teams are really good, but we draft who we do also to avoid injuries. So what if the first 6 weeks to play teams that have really good players that aren't hurt? How aren't we going to lose? Pray. What are those hours for? So this is the way YouTube works. You see, you guys are going to learn. See, a lot of people, I like to be real with you guys. I feel like being real and being vulnerable and being authentic is the best way to be. So basically, in order to get paid on YouTube, you need at least 1,000 subscribers and you need 4,000 hours of watch time. And then you can elect to monetize your channel, meaning that you could run ads on your channel and they pay you for the ads run. So if I get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours, I can make maybe like $100 a month or maybe $50 a month. But that's if 1,000. If I keep growing, then if I get $10,000, then maybe I can make 1,000. You know what I'm saying? So it keeps going up. And depending on how interactive you guys are, how engaged you are, how much you like my lives, which I only see there's 9, then I could grow. Then I could start making money. The more money I make, the less I need to ask of you. So I won't have to charge you anything, even though I'm only charging $20 to be in my private Facebook group that I'm on as Dave. There's a couple of you guys that are in here in the private Facebook group. How fast do I answer your questions? How much am I on there? I'm literally answering questions all day, and you're getting that for 4 months for $20, plus my book, plus my draft kit. So I'm not even charging that much, but I do it because I like it, and I'm trying to grow, guys. Just be real. Well, your language there, bud. His name is GOAT. You really confidently believe that we'll even win the first couple of weeks when no one on the other team is hurt yet? Not doubting you. You're saying, just confirming you agree. Yes, Steven. Steven, you're very skeptical. Steven, I believe it was me and you who had a private conversation. If you bring, because you're a little bit spiritual, this might be above some of you guys' heads. So close your ears. It might not make sense. I might sound ridiculous. But speaking to Steven, if you other you guys want to listen, when the type of energy you put into the universe, we are all made out of energy. Everything's energy. This computer I'm looking at is energy. We're energy. If you're bringing in scared energy, your life is a reflection of what you think and who you are inside. if you're bringing upon that scared energy, that negative energy, I'm going to lose, I'm scared, what if these guys, that's exactly what's going to manifest. It's called The Secret. It's called the law of attraction. What you think, what you feel sends off an energetic vibration, and you will attract what you think, what you feel, and what you fear. So if you keep thinking like that, that's exactly what's going to happen. I don't think like that. I'm a winner. All I do is win. Do you like the Facebook chat turned out? Yeah. All right, Chris, are you in it? I love it. You're telling me there was a Facebook chat without me. Yeah, you didn't give me $20. Within 10 minutes, you answer a question. Yeah, sometimes a lot sooner. 10 minutes is like on the long end. Yeah, that's why I'm saying QB, Allen, Brissett, Cook, Montgomery, Geis, Gordon, Diggs, Samuel. Yeah, it looks a lot better. Unbelievable response time. So worth it. $5 a month. I'm guessing Mariota's a bust. Mariota isn't a bust. And yeah. David, you're just waiting for me to clown on you. Steven, this guy led me to a championship last year for free. Definitely worth the money. Thank you. You got character. I hope your channel goes big. Thank you, Ice Pond. Minigun response rapper. Easily worth it. Y'all need to get in there. I'm fear money will attract. I'm fear money. Will I attract it? Yeah, no. I need to join that Facebook. You should, guys. You guys got to understand, like, I dig deep. I really do. Like, I think Jake, let me look through the Facebook group. Let me give you guys examples of how we do things in the Facebook group. There's some good ones. Oh yeah, Jake, this was an example. I really want to drop Josh Allen. I don't know who to drop. And then, we were talking about it, or somebody today, this is a perfect example. Somebody today was sketching out because they felt they didn't have enough receivers. He had 2 bench receivers. I always tell people, don't carry more than 2 bench receivers, because most leagues, you only have 6 bench spots. Receivers don't go down the way running backs go down, so you want to fill it up. Plus, you're gaining equity that you could sell later. What I mean is you're gaining like stock chips. You got to look at players like stock chips. And running backs hold more value than receivers. They're more consistent and they go down more. You have to fill up because, guys, your backup receivers, if you play in a standard league, if you play like a 12-team league, you have 6 bench spots, 7, 5, whatever, there's always going to be a receiver on the waiver wire that you could plug in for a week. Just like you can stream defenses, just like you could stream tight ends a lot of times. If you don't have a top 3, 4, whatever, you could stream a wide receiver 3. All you need is one solid wide receiver that has a high floor, that's consistent. Your Adams, your Juju, what Chris Godwin's going to be. You just need receivers that won't kill it for you, because the way I construct my lineup, sure, that's why it's really important that you get a 3-headed monster. Those are the guys you're going to lean on. It's kind of like basketball. You have LeBron James, and then you have shooters all around him. You have role players. The same thing, Jordan back in the day. He didn't have no superstars. Scottie was solid, but he had really good role players. So what you need to do is surround your 3-headed monster with players that won't kill it for you. As long as your receivers don't get 0, if they could just get you 10 points. This way, your running backs can get you those 20, 30-point games. And then obviously your top receiver. Quarterback, you should get a guy, that's consistent. 20 points is what you should expect from your quarterback. And you let your running backs win it for you. You don't win leagues with your wide receiver 3 or backup wide receivers. You win leagues with running backs. All right. So that's why. But a lot of you guys are not used to that. Every single roster I see, I would say about 90% have more wide receivers on their roster than they do running backs, or more wide receivers on their bench than they do running backs. And that's why I hear it time and time again. The number one mistake you guys make is, man, I started off good and then I don't know what happened. My team ended up losing in the first round, or we ended up, you know why? Because injuries happen and you didn't have enough depth to cover yourself because you started off good. Everybody knows how to draft the first 5 rounds. The real players, the real winners know how to draft late, know how to create depth. That's the number one reason you don't win, is because you don't have enough depth. So if you lose a Zeke, your season's over. Most of you. Most people, it would be hard coming back from a Zeke. But you know what? Let's say you lost Zeke last year and you had Jalen Samuels. Yeah, there's a drop-off, but you're still in it, especially if you have a solid lineup all around. That's the type of shit. I go deep in my Facebook groups. I explain shit. I show you ninja tactics. And I haven't even started yet because the season hasn't started yet. Wait till the season starts. I'm gonna blow your fucking mind the way I do shit. Guys, you guys gotta understand. I'm a fucking fantasy nerd. Like, I got a crazy fantasy brain. You know what I did today? And I'll get back to your questions in a minute, but I want to show you how fucking crazy I am. How ahead of the game I am. I had Jack Doyle. I'm always moving players in and out. I picked up Jack Doyle. I looked, and this is how I want you guys thinking. This is the Throne League, by the way. I picked up Jack Doyle. Then I was like, I got a really good hunch about this guy, Brian Hill, because I have no faith in Devontae Freeman. I do believe if you drafted Devontae Freeman, get rid of him now. He's like another Le'Veon Bell. I have no faith in Freeman. If he gets hurt, Ito Smith is not a 3-down back. He's a scat back. He's a pass-catching back. Somebody is going to be the back for that offense when Freeman goes down. It's been between Brian Hill and Quadre. You know what I said before the game started? I do this every single week, guys. This is some ninja shit right here, I'm telling you. I picked up Brian Hill before today's game. Just in case he exploded, then I know who to get as the Falcons running back. And from what I've seen, I like what I saw out of him more than Quadre Ollison, who's not a pass catcher. Brian Hill could do both. Brian Hill, by the way, in 2016 was a finalist for the Doak Award for the nation's best running back, okay? So he's talented. I picked him up. I watched the game. Ollison did pretty good. But the fourth-string running back did even better than Ollison. But I noticed one thing. They didn't play Brian Hill. You know what that means? A lot of people thought the third running back spot was between Brian Hill and Quadre Ollison. They didn't play Brian Hill. That means he made the team. Ding, 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 ding. My spider senses were correct. So now I have the real handcuff. A lot of people think it's Ito Smith. It's not Ito Smith. It's Brian Hill. And if you're in dynasty leagues, you want to pick up Brian Hill. But I just want to show you how I think. I'm always thinking ahead. I'm always one step ahead. That's why my followers, my supporters, entourage is also always one step ahead. That's why a lot of you guys who found me in the middle of the season and you were doing shit, I was able to save your season because, again, I'm always one step ahead. That's how I knew to get Nick Chubb before Carlos Hyde got – I eat shit and breathe fantasy football. Nobody else plays like me. Nobody thinks like me. I'm playing chess. These fuckers are playing checkers. And I'm trying to teach you how to do the same. Back to questions. I'm surprised you don't charge more for your Facebook group. Yeah, I will probably next year. I'm just being real. Hold on. We're backed up here. Let me catch up. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to explain to you how I think and how we're on another level, guys. I've been playing 20 years. It's like the Matrix. I cracked the code. Getting Godwin and Dede for Saquon? Fuck no. Where can I join? Just send me a DM on Instagram. It's $20. Thanks, Rapper. I'm usually skeptical I will stop. You put it very simple. I've been seeing and hearing what you've been saying everywhere. Just didn't know it applies to when I even ask questions. Guys, fantasy is life. There's so many analogies I could take. You guys that have been on my lives before, I compare fantasy to like dating. Guys, life is all about energy. It's all about what you put in. If you feel like shit inside, you're going to meet people that make you feel like shit. Like, it's crazy. You ever notice, like, you keep dating the same girls, the same things keep happening to you in life? That's the universe. I know, guys, I'm very spiritual. I'm very mindful. I'm on another level, and I use that for fantasy. That's why I trust my intuition. Like, that's why nobody could fuck with me in fantasy, because I use the earth's energies. Like, I don't just look at numbers. Numbers, guy, I will crush them every time because I go by what the universe tells me. And it sounds kooky as fuck. But those who've been with me all along, how come every guy in the throne, we drafted in June, guys, how come every guy is trending up? You know how many people made fun of me for taking Nick Chubb 12 or 13? Now it looks like a fucking genius. Same thing with Juju. Guys, I draft not only by what I see, but I draft from my heart, what I feel. It sounds kooky, I know. It sounds like some fucking gypsy or some shit, but it's true. I have number 3 pick in my league. I hope Kamara falls to me. But if I have to choose between C-Mac and Zeke, you got to go C-Mac, bro. Zeke's not even playing. Come on, guys. I'll give Rap $1,500 to be in the Facebook group just to calm people. I'll take it. Rap, when are we making the fantasy football show? We need to. I always have too many running backs. I'm surprised you don't charge more. I need to. First time I didn't make playoffs. Then last 2 years I placed 3rd. Good. This year we're going to win. So this year, fantasy football. Since I have number 3 pick before turn 2nd round, if Travis Kelce is there, should I pick? No, I never pick a tight end late. And I have a video that explains why too on YouTube. Check it out. Since prediction for Hooper this season, I think Hooper's going to be top 5. This is another thing, guys. When I do my rankings, you see a lot of people, they make fun of my rankings, but they don't realize that I include injuries. You see, when other people do rankings, they do rankings based on a perfect world. In a perfect world, I would have Zeke at number 2. Zeke's in a holdout. I include that in my rankings. In a perfect world, I would probably have Chris Carson in my top 12. Chris Carson's injury prone. I include that in my rankings. So when people look at my rankings are end of the year rankings, using my prediction of who's gonna bust, of who's gonna get injured. Todd Gurley's gonna get injured. Devontae Freeman's gonna get injured. Bell's gonna bust. I use my predictions in my rankings. People use their predictions in a perfect world, thinking that Le'Veon Bell is going to be the Pittsburgh Le'Veon Bell. David Johnson is going to be the Bruce Arians David Johnson. No. I predicted Mahomes would be top 10. Obviously, I was wrong. He was number 1. But I got made fun of. Everybody was high on Brady. I left him off my top 10. They made fun of me. But I don't go by the past. I predict. Because I know one thing's for sure, that it will never be like it was last year. So why am I being made fun of? Well, we know for a fact, because I want to predict what will happen, because I know for a fact what happened last year won't. But people are small-minded. I'm trying to teach you guys how you can effectively predict. I don't predict. I don't guess. I mean, if you want to call it a guess, but it's an educated guess. Nick Chubb. Why am I so high on Chubb? Well, if you look at his metrics, he's top 5 when it comes to talent. Then he's in a top 5 offense with OBJ now. He was number 6 when he became the starter last year, despite facing the 3rd most 8-man fronts. So why is it so crazy that I have him number 2? Because you people live in the past and you don't know how to predict. And I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking about just people in general. I'm just trying to get you in my head. I'm trying to change the way you think. I'm trying to make you guys winners. Zeke owner wants to trade Godwin for my Ingram. Hell fucking yeah. Get Godwin immediately. Aaron Jones versus Kerryon Johnson. Who would you pick? I got Kerryon Johnson just by a hair. Just a gut thing because they're the same exact player. Both so talented, both injury prone, both in amazing systems. It's a pure gut call for me. I also like the fact that I could cuff. If you want, look at my cuff video. It's a great video. But you could cuff Kerryon with Ty Johnson, who I'm very high on, and I feel better about Ty Johnson. I'm still not fully convinced that Jamal Williams will be the cuff, but he's leading it right now. But Jamal Williams sucks. So I'd rather get Kerryon Johnson, cuff him with Ty Johnson. I know if something happens to Kerryon Johnson, I won't skip a beat with Ty Johnson. Runs a 4.26, super talented. There you go. My brother's going by what Royce did yesterday, and he feels not worth the pick to cuff with Lindsey. Yeah, I like Royce. Thoughts on Mark Ingram? Not my cup of tea. See, this is another thing. There's two types of players, guys. I forgot. I have to make a video on this. So you're getting inside information. You're getting the game here, guys. There's two types of players. There is hold on 1 second. There's two types of players, guys. There is guys like Devontae Freeman, and there's guys like Jalen Samuels. I'm about to give you some. You guys are so lucky right now. Nobody talks to you like this. Nobody gives you this information because nobody knows this information. Nobody knows how to articulate it and break it down. But think about it, guys. Stay with me here. There's two types of players: Devontae Freeman and Jalen Samuels. Guys who start the season, guys who end the season. There's very few guys who play the whole season. The object of the game, the fantasy game, is to try to figure out who those guys are that can play the whole season. Think about that. Juju, Adams, Hopkins, Saquon, Zeke. There's not that many guys who started the season strong and ended the season strong. Whoever has that many players, whoever has the most of those guys, is the guy that wins. So I'll do stuff that sometimes doesn't make sense because I'm looking for the players who are going to be there for me at the end. I'm always thinking week 16. I don't think about today. I consider today, but I'm always thinking ahead. And that's why there's so many people that are just like, they're not paying attention to the waiver wire. And then there's other people that are completely panicking and that week one hasn't even started trying to trade their team away. So just think about what I said, guys. Who are those players that you can really trust? I can't trust, and the reason I brought this up is Mark Ingram. Can I trust a 29-year-old running back who's never been a workhorse, really, to all of a sudden go to Baltimore where they have a nice backup young running back like Justice Hill? I think it's going to be a tale of two seasons. I think the first half, maybe the first 10 games, is going to be all about Ingram. I think the later part of the year is going to be all about Justice Hill. I think a lot of Damian Williams could be another situation. He's never played a whole year. Le'Veon Bell, same thing. I want players who give me the best shot of finishing the whole year, and those are the players I want. Let me know if that resonates with you guys. No worry, Max. I love Duke Johnson. I think Duke Johnson, as long as they don't sign anybody significant, will be a top 15 back. Thoughts on Josh Gordon? I'm done with him. He's burned me too many times. All right, Zach, have a good night, buddy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's the best example because they kind of complement each other. But yeah, there's very few guys that are special. And you want to get those guys. And they're all over the draft. They're not just in the first few rounds. I think a guy like MVS, the second receiver for the Packers, with the amount of talent that he has and the guy throwing him the ball, I think he's an excellent value. He hasn't shown any, injury risk. He showed a lot of life last year, had like 5 straight weeks of 10 points. I think, I try to find those gems, those guys who I think are going to break out. And there's certain clues. Potent offense, 4.37 40. He has talent, showed glimpses last year. But if I take a guy like MVS over Josh Gordon, people think I'm crazy. I love Darwin Thompson. Absolutely. Emmanuel Sanders, he looked really good. I understand. So they said. I haven't had a chance to really check him out, to be honest with you. But I mean, I also, obviously I'm not perfect. Nobody is. I'm kind of biased. I'm kind of prejudiced against players over 30. Not saying that, you could be, not saying you can't produce, but I'm very skeptical of players. He's 32, coming off an Achilles injury. So because, like I mentioned earlier, I don't know if you were here or not, I don't roster a lot of wide receivers. The wide receivers I do roster, I kind of need to rely on them. I'm not sure how much I can rely on a 32-year-old coming off an Achilles injury. Now, if I get him as my 5th receiver, it's just, I always try to go for the home run because you win with home run hitters. So sometimes that can backfire. That's why it's important for me to go ultra safe the first 5 rounds, because after that, it's all upside. Well, what happens when you go all upside? You win some, you lose some. That's why every year, half of my roster's cut. Less than half of my roster I drafted. And it's not because of trades. It's because of waivers. Because after round 5, I'm going for the home run every time. Because you know what? If I miss, let's say out of my 6 bench spots, who most people are filling up with guys like, what's a good example? Emmanuel Sanders. Although he's pretty good. I'm trying to find a good example for you guys. I don't know, guys like Kenny Stills or Paris Campbell, Mecole Hardman, guys like that who, they're rookies. They're not going to do much. I'm filling my guys up with like Justice Hill, Darwin Thompson, Devin Singletary. Maybe out of all those guys, one pops, right? Let's say I strike out of 5 of 6 because I'm always rotating. But if I find one Nick Chubb, that's worth more than 5 Kenny Stills and Mecole Hardmans and all these other guys. So I'm willing to lose out because those guys are always available, guys. Mediocre receivers are always on the waiver. Just like backup quarterbacks, just like backup tight ends, why I don't draft either of them. But true superstars are hard to find. And I have to give myself enough possibilities because if I hit on a Nick Chubb, talking about last year, and then I drafted a guy like Kamara, and then I drafted in the second or third round another guy like I don't know who's a good example. Who killed it last year? Or let's say you drafted CMC. CMC was a second round pick. So let's say you drafted CMC, Kamara, and then you hit on a Nick Chubb, 3-headed monster. You're done. You won your league. So all I need to do is hit on one, and then I know I'm gonna at least have 2 dope ass running backs because of the way I draft. So this year, let's say you drafted Mixon in the first round or second, and then you got Montgomery. You got 2 of your 3-headed monster, and then you stack your bench with Darwin, Justice Hill, Devin Singletary, Darrell Henderson, all boom or bust guys. Let's say Justice Hill, Darrell Henderson, all them bust, but Darwin Thompson ends up being Damian Williams. So all of a sudden, you got Damian Williams from last year, Mixon, and Montgomery. Nobody's fucking with you. You got 3 top 10 running backs. That's what it's all about. That's what wins championships. And that's what I spend the whole year trying to get is that 3-headed monster because I know if I get a 3-headed monster, it's game over. Nobody could fuck with me because it's hard for teams to even get 1 stud running back, and I got 3, and that's the proven formula. That's the winning formula. Goodwin's done. Nah, I'm not. I have no faith in Goodwin. He was the only guy there. They got more people now, and he's injury prone. Nah. DeSean Jackson, this is what I'm talking about, guys. You want guys with high floors. DeSean Jackson will get you 30 or he'll get you 6. I don't want that because that will kill you. So I need people like Godwin. I need Kupp. I need Boyd. I need players like that have high floors. Like even in a bad game, they'll get you 10 points. That's all I'm asking for. Peyton Barber. What about Peyton Barber? My bench is Samuels, the running back. What running back? Samuel, Madison, MVS, and Doyle in Washington. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that. Mixon, my bad. Mixon, a good example. I did that. Thoughts on Peyton Barber? I think. Thank you, Hans. Peyton Barber. I appreciate that. Please, guys, any of you guys, if you haven't subbed yet, really trying to grow the brand, my guy. It's going to be hard for me to draft Melvin. The problem is, guys, that there's still players I like a lot in the 4th round, 5th round. I'm not drafting Melvin Gordon over Godwin. I'm not drafting him over Cooper Kupp. I'm not drafting him over Tyler Boyd. So when do I draft him? I'm not drafting him over Tevin Coleman. Tevin Coleman's going in the 5th. So when can I really draft him? I don't know. I think he'll be chosen before I would be willing to take that risk. Depending how I do in my first, maybe in the 5th, maybe I will draft him over Tevin Coleman if I absolutely killed it with 4 dope-ass fucking running backs or 3 dope-ass running backs, and then he's my 4th running back. I'll take the risk. It's all there's no concrete answer, guys. It all depends on how the board looks. I never go into a draft and saying I'm going to draft a quarterback here, running back here, 3 straight running backs, no running back. No, I always go best available. I let the board dictate to me who I'm going to draft and when I'm going to draft them. Oh shit! Fuck! Spill my Red Bull. Fuck my life. Oh shit! Sorry guys, hold on. I gotta wipe this damn Red Bull. Shit. I feel like I always spill shit on lives. It's usually water though, not Red Bull. Fuck. Shit. All right, guys. I'm back. Power's dropping soon, guys. Hopefully within the next week. Peyton Barber, as my 5th or 6th back in the 12th round plus, I'll take a shot at him. I wish I could see my own reaction. It's funny. What the fuck I do on my phone? Ugh. Here it is. All right, yeah, there's spots, bro. I am gonna close it after I reach 100, but yeah, there's spots. So, you can deposit 10 on Draft App. Anybody that wants to deposit 10 on Draft App, that goes towards the kit. So it's kind of like if you deposit 10 using my promo code on Draft App, that goes towards the kit. So it's like you're getting it for $10, which is a no-brainer, because you get the kit and the Facebook group, the whole nine. So plus you get $10 worth on Draft App that you could, if you win, you can make more. So MVS, Pettis, or Cortland Sutton? That's a great question. Steven always, I could tell Steven's a really smart kid. And that's why it's really hard to be smart. Because when you're smart, you're always thinking. And when you're always thinking, you're not present in the moment. It's really hard to be smart. But I don't know where I'm going with that. But that's a really good question. Let's break it down. And this is how I think, guys. That's a really good question. So I'm gonna take you through my thought process. So Pettis has the highest upside, but he's also the riskiest. Why? He has the highest upside because he's in a potent offense. He is their number one receiver. He showed flashes of greatness last year. He led the league in separation. The problem is he's injury prone. He's injured right now. He has an injured groin. He was injured last year for most of the year. He was injured all year, played 4 games, balled the fuck out, and got injured again. Now he's injured already again. Huge red flag. Huge. Is he worth the risk? Yes, because he's going right now in the 9th round. Now let's go to Cortland Sutton. Cortland Sutton might be physically the most gifted out of all of them. The guy's big. He's like a Brandon Marshall clone, but he's not in the best offense. They got a lot of different people. They got Emmanuel Sanders. Tim Patrick's pretty good. They got Noah Fant. They got 2 running backs, and they got Joe Flacco throwing the ball. So he can be special. I think he could be. He's in the mold of a true number 1 receiver from a body standpoint, from a talent standpoint. And then there's MVS. MVS, I would think, is the safest out of the 3. And he's in the best situation. You know what I'm saying? Because he's got Rodgers throwing in the ball. So it depends how your team is constructed. If you went super safe early and you want to go for upside, you know what I'm saying? Like if one of those 3 is going to be your starter, then you might want to go MVS. However, if it's your 4th or 5th receiver, then you might want to go for the home run. You know what I'm saying? So it really depends how your team's constructed. You see how I break things down? See, most analysts will tell you, they'll give you an answer. They'll be like, oh, Pettis, oh, MVS. I'm trying to get you guys to dig deep. I'm trying to make you great. And when you want to be great, it's not always that cut and dry. Thoughts on Miles Sanders, Chris Carson, and James Conner? I like all 3. But all 3, another one I got to break down for you guys. You see why I charge you $20? Do you see how much thought goes into these fucking answers that I'm giving you? I could easily be like, well, Sanders is good. You know, he's really talented. And James Conner balled out last year. And Chris Carson, oh, he's going to be a pass catcher this year, so I love him. I don't do that. So to answer your question, I do love Miles Sanders from a talent standpoint. I think he's phenomenal, but I also worry about his situation. So I like Miles Sanders. If you want to go with I think he could be an every week flex with RB1 upside. He could be an RB1 on any, excuse me, he could be an RB1 on any given week. Love his talent. Doug Peterson is so intent on creating a three-headed monster that doesn't need to be there. You know, Jordan Howard's there, Corey Clemens there, Darren Sproles. I don't know why the hell they re-signed him. I swear to God, Darren Sproles, I think he's got some dirt on the owner or something. So I don't love Miles Sanders' situation, but I do love him as a talent. I would draft him in the 6th round. I rather him as my RB4, but you know, if you're RB3, so be it. There's worse, you know, RB3s. Because remember, I treat my flex spot as an RB3. I always start a running back at flex. Why? Because it just makes sense. What's better, a running back or receiver? Running backs are way more consistent. So I love him. Connor, I worry about. He hasn't proven he could stay healthy. Jalen Samuels is there. I hate players that have good players behind them. Not saying that Jalen Samuels will be a threat to start, but it's just I almost feel like it's almost like karma. Like at some point, Jalen Samuels is bound to play. You know what I'm saying? And you know, there's always the threat of cancer. Cancer, you don't beat cancer, you go into remission, but it's still there, which means it could pop up at any time. So that part scares me, especially where he's going. You know, 1st round, you can't miss. Connor's risky. And then the last one you said was Chris Carson. Chris Carson, tremendous talent, but he's missed more games than he's played. So he's injury prone, obviously. I think based on value, I like Sanders the best out of those 3. I don't think he has the highest upside based on his offense that he's in, but I think where he's being taken, which is the 6th round, I rather him than Connor in the 1st or Carson in the 4th. Yeah, never take a QB early. So I rather download the draft app. Yeah, download the draft, but make sure when you download it, it's going to ask you for a promo code that you put FF Rapper, like Fantasy Football Rapper, or else it don't count. So it'll ask you for your email, put your email, then I'll ask you for a promo code FF Rapper, and then I'll get credit, and then so will you. I'm trying to get another best ball league, but in order to participate, you do have to use my promo code, and you can't be in one already. So I'm trying to get one more, though. Who do you verse week 1? Oh, week 1's tough. I go against Smitty. So I'm going against Mahomes, Dalvin Cook, Kamara, them boys. How do we fix it? That's a great question. You fix it by being present. You focus on something that's not your head. That's how you fix it. A way to work on that, a way to train yourself, practice meditating. Now, a lot of people get scared of the word meditating because they don't know really what it means. Meditating, they think it means not thinking, shutting your brain off. That's not what meditating is. What you do when you want to meditate, guys, we've been talking a lot of spirituality stuff here, but it's really important. Anybody that's ever done anything great eats good, exercises, and meditates. Look them up. Oprah, Denzel Washington, Kobe Bryant, whoever you look. If you don't do that, you're never going to be happy. As crazy as that sounds. People think they're happy because we mistake happiness with fun. If we go out drinking with our friends, we're getting drunk, we're having fun. That's not happy. That's a moment of fun. And then you wake up with a hangover and then you realize how much your life sucks. Just like fantasy football. You think you're happy playing fantasy football, but you're having fun. And then you have to deal with reality. Damn, I got to wake up to work. My wife's nagging me, blah, blah, blah. So meditation is the practice of being present. So what you do is you close your eyes and you just focus on your breath. You just focus on your breath. That's it. Thoughts are going to come to you. You can't shut your brain off. The thoughts that come to you, though, that's your real self. That's your divine self, your higher self, your God self talking to you. Whatever comes up when you're concentrating on your breath, those thoughts are your real thoughts. Sometimes I'll use that for fantasy. It's a trick. Whatever, if Nick Chubb pops in my head, that's who I'm picking. Real talk. And that's how you practice presence, by meditating. Try to meditate every day for 20 minutes. Yeah, FF Rapper. What do you think about having both Chubb and Njoku? Njoku's okay. I like Hooper more. You could get him around the same area, but I have no problem with them being teammates. Mark Andrews got him on my bench backing up Kelsey. I don't believe in backup tight end, so you wasted a pick. This guy reminds me of the situation from Jersey Shore. I've heard that before, especially with this haircut. Not feeling it. Making power moves in my league, Rap. I'll let you know when they happen. All right, brother. What logo is it the draft at? What do you mean what logo? It says draft. Good. I'm glad. I forgot about it's the Tethered Soul, right? Yeah, that book's amazing. Let me know what you think. I really don't want to get first pick in the draft. I understand. It's a gift and a curse. Gift, you get Saquon. Curse, you gotta wait, 24 picks. So yeah, I feel you, bro. Yeah, that's it, Leroy. Andrews for trade bait. What do you think Andrews is gonna get you? I'm sure there's guys on your waivers that I would have more than Andrews. As a matter of fact, I bet you Ty Johnson is on your waivers, and I would much rather have Ty Johnson than Andrews. So go do that right now before you regret it. You got fucked? No, you didn't get fucked. You just didn't know what you were doing. If you know what you were doing, it doesn't matter where you pick. Had a draft the other night with the 11th pick, got Chubb, Juju, Carson, Cooks, and Montgomery. Pretty good. You need running back depth, though, guys. Starting lineup doesn't tell me anything. Everybody has a good starting lineup. You think Antonio Brown going to be top 10? If he plays, yeah. But, with all this debauchery, this helmets, and all this other shit, who the fuck knows? I should be sneaky about David Montgomery so that no one realizes star. I don't know what that means. This guy's elite. Where'd you pick him, Dave? I've never watched Hard Knocks. My bench was Darwin, but I would like to hear which one you thought was the best Hard Knocks. Is this one any good, the Raiders? My bench was Darwin, Miles Sanders, Tevin Coleman, Watkins, MVS, and Boyd. Yeah, I like that. I got Latavius Murray, Rashad Penny, Duke Johnson, and Alexander Madison. That's pretty good. You got Carson on as your starter. That's good that you got Penny. Should I drop Dalton, my backup QB, for Justice Hill? Already have three-headed monster, and that's without Thompson and man. That's tough. Who's your three-headed monster? And I'm assuming you mean Darwin Thompson. Is Darwin Thompson and Madison your only backups? The Raiders is much worse. So you like the Browns last year is what you're saying? I thought the Raiders was going to be lit. They got so many weird interesting personalities, starting with their coach, John Gruden, and you got Incognito and obviously Brown. They got the stud running back, Jacobs. Like, I thought it would be interesting. Carry on Carson or Adams. Adams, I like. Out of those three, if that's what you're asking. Rams was the best. Why is that? Who was the star? Like, what happened? And when was that? How long ago was that? Jeff Fisher sucks. My three-headed monster is Chubb, Cook, and Montgomery. That's really solid. So you got one head for sure because you backed up Thompson, and then you got Matt, or you got Are there other quarterbacks in the waiver wire? Thank you, Contreras. Anybody else who hasn't subbed, please do so. It's important. I'm grinding. I'm trying. Just like everybody else, guys. I'm trying to make it in this life. I'm trying to follow my passion. And I suggest you guys, like, the worst thing you could do in life, guys, is exchange your time for money. If you do that, you are dead. In other words, if you work, if you have a job for money, you're dead. You're dead because where do we spend most of our time? At work. We work 9 to 5. Some of you guys are not working yet. You're young. That's 8 hours of your day. You spend more time with your coworkers than you do with your own family. So if you hate what you're doing and you're just doing it for money, then you're like dead. So I'm trying to follow my passion, and I want to be alive. I really feel like this is what I'm meant to do. I love it. I've been on over an hour. I could keep talking about this shit all day. So thanks. Grade my three-headed monster, CMC, Cook, D. Williams, bench. Yeah, I'd feel you need a little more bench depth. I am worried about Williams. I think you need to figure out a way to get Darwin Thompson, even if you have to pay a little more, so you can secure that. Also, I would get Matt, or you have Madison. Never mind. So pretty good. I'll give it a B. Starters are really Williams that's awesome. I love the three-headed monster. You need a little more depth, but I love the three-headed monster. I mean, Williams as your third back, that's fucking ridiculous, but just a little more depth. Coleman or Golladay at flex, that's tough. I think I will go Golladay just a little bit. Thoughts on Lamar Jackson? Not my cup of tea. Problem with Lamar Jackson, he has a really high ceiling, but he has a really low floor. Don't like players like that. My advice is do what you love. And you're young enough to do what you love. If you do what you love and you commit 110%, you will find the universe will conspire and you will find yourself getting money. I never thought in a million years people would pay me to talk about fantasy. You know why I'm not big? Because I was scared. I didn't think I was good enough. I thought there's no way people would pay me to give them fantasy advice. I was like, there's no way. So I didn't do what I wanted to do because I didn't think I could make money. Don't follow the money, follow your passion. Because if you're passionate enough, people will see that, just like you guys see what I do, and you're willing to give me some of your hard-earned money. And I don't take that lightly. Do that. Guys, you guys got to realize this. You got to change your mind. There's people getting paid millions to play video games. Let that simmer. You could make money doing anything. There's a little kid. He's like 6 years old. He gets paid to unwrap gifts. Highest paid YouTuber. I think I can pick my QB super late this year because I have faith in Trubisky or like Winston. I do like Winston more. But yeah, I agree. QB late. Advice if you can't find something that is your absolute favorite that pays enough. It's not about if you find something you like, it will pay enough. You just got to believe. That's where faith comes in. You're not evolved yet. It took me 37 years to get to this. So you're just early in the process. The fact that you're asking these questions is already more advanced than 99% of the people that ever live. Not just your age. Most people die and don't even think of this shit. So you're just early. You just need to calm down, try a bunch of different things. Don't overthink it. Be present. Practice meditating. It'll come to you. The more things you try, you don't get to where you need to. You can't think your way into what you want. Action is what creates thoughts. When I think of, video topics and things like that, when I'm in the shower, you know why? Because I'm present. I'm not in my head. I'm just in the shower. Why do your best ideas come either really early at night or really early in the morning when you first wake up, really late at night when you're taking a shit, when you're taking a shower? 4 places. Because you're not thinking. When you're in the shit, you're just taking a shit. When you're in the shower, you just shower. You're not thinking. Boop, great idea. That's your divine self. That's your godly self. But people don't realize that. I'm just giving you the game, guys. This is some real talk. You think I'm right? I am right. I'm going to be a CEO. I know it, and I will make a company succeed and grow it in ways it's unfair to the companies that are going to be in competition. Sure. I'm going to start meditating. Too many people tell me to do that. That's a sign from the universe. There's no such thing as coincidence. The reason you're listening to me today and the reason why you're even thinking about this stuff at your age is because you're meant for great things. It's not a coincidence. It's the universe conspiring so you can fulfill your destiny. This is like the Matrix, guys. Shit's fucked up. It's crazy. Once we realize our own power, it's crazy, bro. 14-man team league. Got Chubb, Damian Williams, Montgomery, and Goddard. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. Gravy. Got Wentz in the 9th round. Love it. Draft that ready and done rapper. Cool. So just Venmo me 10, and then we'll get you all squared away. I'll send you the links, and you'll love the Facebook group. You're going to love it, Leroy. I'm happy for you. So yeah, my Venmo or PayPal is fantasyfootballrapper@gmail.com. Labor Day sale is $20 for the group, for the book, and for the draft kit. The best piece of advice I could give you: be present, take action. Just do shit. Don't think shit. Because I spend too much time thinking. What can I think of? How do I make money? What should I do? What's my passion? Just do shit. Thoughts and ideas come when you're doing shit, not when you're thinking about doing shit. Stay busy. Where you based out of LA? I'm not worried though. Got tons of QBs on waivers. Yeah, waivers nothing. QB's nothing. Can I talk about my team after the draft on Sunday? I mean, if you're going to be on live on Insta or YouTube, yeah, absolutely. I traded my first, 5th overall and my 5th round for my buddy's 2nd and 3rd picks at the 7th. Who should I draft at the 7th? My 5th overall, my 5th round for my buddy's 2nd and 3rd round. He picks at the 7. So if he picks at the 7, is it 12 team? Coleman or James White? I think they're pretty equal, but I'd probably give the Venmo. Yeah, that's fine. At Fantasy Football Rapper, I'd probably give the slight edge to Coleman, but It's a toss up. They're in the same tier for me. So you're at the end of the second. No, you're at. Are you at the end of the second or the top of the second? Well, Steve's like 14. My Instagram. Oh, most people here are from my Instagram, so that's cool that you came here and you're not. But my Instagram's at Fantasy Football Rapper. How much time per week you would say you put into this year round? I put 16 hours a day, so times that by 7. I'm not good at math. Somebody do that for me. I'm obsessed, guys. Who's my favorite rapper? I think all time Jay-Z. Right now, it's nobody that I'm really. I've been listening more like electronic music or lounge music, Spanish trap. Um, I love The Weeknd. He's not a rapper. I like Drake too. A lot of people hate on Drake. But yeah, yeah. So that's how long. That's how much time I spend on it. Have I heard of Nas Ether? Of course, bro. It's fucking classic. Have you heard of Lil Wayne's remix to Ether? That's also a classic. Look it up. It's old as fuck. So you like Nas? I like Nas. I like It Was Written and Stillmatic are my favorite, which Ether is on the Stillmatic album. Adios, my man. Jay-Z's so respectful. He did business with my dad and shook his hand and said, "Thank you, sir," 5 times. What type of businesses your dad do? Yeah, Leroy. As long as I'm gonna check once we're done here, I'll check on the draft app, make sure I got the proper credit, and let me see. I could check right now, possibly. I don't want to lose the screen. I'll check. I'll check once we're done here. Ah, fuck. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Let me. Maybe I could even check from my phone. I just saw that you requested to be my friend. Okay, I got the draft, so we're good on that. And then yeah, just Venmo me 10. It's all good. All right, got you 10. So I'll send you the stuff. Made a hat? What does your dad do? Why did you take offense to that, Savi? I gotta check that box score. There's a couple players I was interested in seeing in that game. I like Famous Jameis week one. Murray's got a tough matchup against Detroit. Goes back to the having kids comment. I just think it's interesting. The reason I asked you that, Savi, is because how different people react differently and get triggered by certain things. And the reason we do that is because it's relatable. It reminds us of us or something that happened to us. So it's a psychology thing. I forgot what he said about. But I mean, you can't compare his mind to yours. You're, probably close to twice his age, maybe more. I don't know how old you are, but I know Steven's really young. But you gotta look at people's intentions. I know the way I saw the world when I was 16. I probably said some really rude and offensive shit. So for me, I'm more tolerant because I know how I was, and I was so obnoxious. You would have hated me, but here we are today. We're kicking it on alive. So sometimes we can't. We're a reflection of how we were raised on so many different things, on social environment, that we can't sometimes put a judgment on somebody based on what we've been through, because we all lived, through our demographics are different. If you were raised in Chicago, that's different if you were raised in Oklahoma, and and shit like that. So I just think it's interesting. That's why I asked. It's preseason, no biggie. Hope Boast is healthy. Yeah, I don't know. He might be like his brother. Didn't want to say it, rapper, out of modesty, but bet. You're right, Savvy. Figure your shit out. Huh? I don't know what Steven was trying to say there. That sounded kind of rude, but I don't know. Which player at QB, running back, wide receiver, and tight end are your ride or dies at each? Good question. Ride or dies. I think QB is the hardest one. Surprisingly enough, you know what? I'm going to go with Winston, Chubb, Juju, Austin Hooper. Well, Steven, your cover could say what it wants to say, but the fact of the matter is you're lying. We all judge. We can't help it. Everybody judges. Everybody judges, man. As soon as somebody walks in the room, you're making all types of judgments based on how they wear, how they look, their ethnicity, how they smell, what kind of watch they got on, how they walk. Your brain is processing. You know why? Because your brain needs an answer for everything. And your brain has an answer for everything based on So if somebody comes in and they are wearing a Gucci belt, your brain's going to think back to the last time you saw a person wearing a Gucci belt. And if that person was rude, your brain's going to be like, this person wearing a Gucci belt is stuck up, because people wearing Gucci belts are stuck up. It's not true, but because of your experience, that's what your brain, your judgment on someone is based on your personal experience. It's not based on truth. It's based on your truth, which is not the truth. It's crazy. I get deep, guys. It's all good, bro. But lesson learned, watch how you say things. Make sure that your intention is clear, because words are powerful and things can get misconstrued. You might mean one thing and somebody could take it a totally different way. So make sure, and that's why sometimes texting and writing on screen stuff is bad, because you can't hear people's tonality. You can't see how they're saying it, so it could get you in trouble. So how much do you like Chubb over Mixon? I have Mixon and Chubb. What's picked after is worth giving up Mixon for Chubb? I mean, potato, potato. It's really Chubb, Mixon, Cook. It's all a matter of who stays healthy. And that's unpredictable to a certain extent, you know? So I could see both doing better than each other. I could see Chubb outplaying Mixon. I could see Mixon outplaying Chubb. And like I said, if they're both healthy, and who the fuck knows, because they're both animals. I just like Chubb because he's in a better system, a more potent offense. That's the only thing that scares me with Mixon is that Cincinnati's going to be bad. But that's it. Damara Crockett, I had picked him up. I just dropped him. Um, there's a world where he might be effective, but he's not rosterable. I mean, maybe in deep dynasty leagues, but I don't know what's going on. He didn't show me much tonight.
Schuster, Odell Beckham Jr. is somebody with an atrocious Eli Manning has been able to produce at such an elite level. So the argument is always and will always be when you upgrade the quarterback position to the extent that you're upgrading it, and that you're upgrading the offense to the extent that you're upgrading it. It just makes sense to me that Odell Beckham Jr. is ceiling is wide receiver one. He could finish as the number one receiver in fantasy football, whereas Juju, as phenomenal as he is, and the amount of target share that he receive, I don't think he'll crack the top three. I think he hovers in the 4 to 6 category. So that's the only argument.
I'm guessing he is. I mean, if he's not, he'll be definitely the most fantasy relevant tight end there. Yeah, I've watched some of it. It looks like he's been playing the most. How do I feel about Zeke? You know, I don't really I'm not really into taking risks. But I do think he'll play. I mean, I don't know. Uh I think he'll play. I don't think he'll be gone all 6 weeks. I think maybe 2 weeks max. All depends how they play. think I'm gonna start heading out though, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna be doing this again. Maybe tomorrow, I'm not sure. But as always, guys, appreciate it. Holler at me if you're interested in the fantasy, the Facebook group, $20, book and draft kit. And follow me on Instagram if you don't already at Fantasy Football Rapper. Will Rogers, yeah, Rogers will definitely throw for 4,500 and 35 touchdowns for sure. All right, guys, be easy. All right, peace.